All right, now Karnataka Hijab ban hearing begins in the top court. Supreme Court says to Karnataka government lawyer that the pro-hijab plea refers to certain verses. Now, in fact, Karnataka, the council there representing the state says the fact is that not wearing hijab will not change the color of the religion. Cannot be said that Islamic faith will change without hijab. It's not a binding practice. Karnataka defends no hijab in campus order. The top court has taken up the matter yet again, and now hearing begins in the top court with the Karnataka State Council. They're defending the ban on hijab inside educational institutions, saying the fact is that not wearing hijab will not change the color of the religion. Cannot be said that Islamic faith will change without the hijab. It's not a binding practice. Karnataka State now defends the hijab ban in campus. Nalini Sharma joining us live for more on that. Nalini, this yet another day, hearing continues on the hijab ban in Karnataka. Please there requesting for the ban to be revoked. But the council of representing the Karnataka state, they're saying that there's no, since hijab is not an essential religious practice, the fact is that not wearing a hijab will not change the color of the religion. It cannot be said that Islamic faith will change without wearing the hijab. It's not a binding practice. Again, basically insisting on the fact that this is not an essential religious practice, therefore they can make amends to the law.
Well, absolutely, Nabila, and it's day 9 of the hearing that's going on before the Supreme Court, where right now the Advocate General for the Karnataka government, who extensively had argued the case even before the Karnataka High Court, is currently making the argument. And what he stated is that the Karnataka High Court had in fact gone into the question as to whether or not wearing of a hijab was an essential religious practice, and they had found that it wasn't an essential religious practice, which is why they had gone ahead and imposed this ban in educational institutions in the first place. So the Supreme Court had yesterday raised questions as to why the Karnataka High Court had not gone into these specifics and had only gone to the extent of the government order that was issued by the Karnataka government, and on the basis of that ban was imposed. But the Advocate General has made it clear that the Karnataka government had, in fact, the Karnataka High Court, I beg your pardon, had in fact gone into this issue. They had found that wearing of an hijab is not an essential religious practice, and that is precisely why they had imposed this ban. At the same time, they've also clarified that this is not a ban that is only on the hijab. It is on any religious item of clothing that the students have not been wearing before 2021 or 2022, because remember, yesterday extensive arguments were made even by the Solicitor General on how this is an absolutely new demand that has emerged in 2022 after these students in Karnataka were incited by the PFI, and that this was not an organic movement that was created in Karnataka. So it remains to be seen exactly for how many more days the arguments will go on. The petitioners have already completed the arguments. It's the government that's now making the arguments. So most likely today or tomorrow we can expect for this matter to be reserved, after which the Supreme Court will come forth with a detailed judgment on the order. We'll have to see whether this issue can be referred to a larger bench, because there are larger religious questions and questions regarding personal law that are intertwined in this entire matter, and it's not as simple as to whether or not people should be allowed to wear a hijab in educational institutions or not.
All right. Thank you very much, Nalini, for joining us on that.